everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a try on and review of the Sezane Spring Summer pieces for 2022.
Well, miss, I guess I'll be on my way now. You just give me a...
I think I've got about over 10 things for sure. We have some dresses, some tops, a skirt and some shoes and accessories as well. So it's a real mix of different things. Hopefully if you were thinking about placing an order on the Sezane website for this summer, maybe you've got a couple of gaps in your summer wardrobe that you're looking to fill. I know Sezane is one of my go-tos for the warmer weather particularly. So this may give you some inspiration of what to order, and it will obviously help you to decide on sizing and whether the quality is up to scratch or not. I will leave, as always, everything down in the description with the size I took and whether I would recommend the piece or not, and links to all of the bits on the Sezane website. Before we get into the video, I do want to say a massive thank you to Nordgreen, who are the sponsor of today's video. So a little bit about Nordgreen, if you haven't heard of them before. They are a Copenhagen-based watch brand, and they make the most beautiful, classic, minimalist, timeless style watches. So all of the designs on the website, when I had a look, were right up my street. If you have a similar style to me, I am sure there'll be a watch on their website that you will love the look of. So Nordgreen are all about pioneering that classic, timeless Scandinavian design that we all know and love, and also using their company responsibly to promote more ethical and sustainable practices, and putting a timepiece on as many wrists as possible that promotes these values. There are a number of ways they do this. So starting off with their packaging. Their packaging, I have my box right here, is made of 100% recycled materials. And the design of their packaging is all about using as little material as physically possible. They are shipped out to you in FSC certified cardboard boxes. And if you didn't know what that meant, which I didn't before I had a read through their website, basically means all of the wood that is turned into the paper and cardboard that they use in their packaging comes from responsibly managed forests. One of my favourite things about Nordgreen's initiatives is their Giving Back programme. So every time you buy a watch from their website, you donate to a meaningful cause, and you can choose the charity that you wish to donate to. So Nordgreen currently work with 3 NGOs. They work with Water for Good, where if you donate your portion to that NGO, you provide 1 month's worth of clean drinking water to a person in the Central African Republic. Or you can choose to donate to Prantham UK, and they provide 1 month's education to a child in India. Or finally, you can decide to donate to Cool Earth, and what Cool Earth do is that they protect 50 square meters of rainforest in Latin America. So all fantastic causes, as I'm sure you will agree. And in fact, between the years of 2018 and 2020, Nordgreen managed to donate, quite astonishing in my opinion, 33,000 months of free education, 64,000 months of clean water, and they protected 900,000 square meters of rainforest. So that is a little bit about the brand. I do encourage you to visit their website to learn more about their sustainable and ethical practices. But for now, I will show you the watch that I picked out from the selection that they have available. So the watch I chose to show you today is the Unika design. It's one of their newer designs out of the few that they have on their website. It is a slightly smaller watch face than some of the others, so it looks quite minimalist and quite feminine, actually, being a slightly smaller size. I went with the silver watch with the brushed metal watch face, so you can even choose from different watch faces depending on what look you're going for. And in terms of the strap, I went with 2. I went with a very classic brown leather strap. I really feel like you can't go far wrong with this. It's such a classic look. And then to jazz it up a little bit for days where I'm feeling a little bit more extra, I went for this lovely silver and gold two-toned 5-link chain watch strap. I'm going to be styling up the watch with some of the clothes in this video, so do look out for it. I love that you can change the straps on them really easily. It means you can change up the look without having to buy another watch, and it does really give a completely different feel depending whether you have the silver and gold metal strap or the very classic brown leather strap. Thank you again to Nordgreen. I do also have a discount code for you if you are looking to add a watch to your collection. Maybe you don't currently have one, then you can use my discount code to get 15% off your first purchase on the Nordgreen website. It's KTL, but I'll leave all of the details up on screen for you and in the description box down below. Okay, let's get into the video. So the first thing that I chose is actually the dress that I'm wearing now. I couldn't resist putting this on to film the video. It's a really lovely dress. I will show you a full length clip of it, what it looks like on, because it is a midi dress. But this is the Ophelia dress. This was one someone requested me try, and it is a lovely kind of midi tea dress style in this cream and floral design. So if I come up close, you can see that it has this knot detail that you can tie here. You can kind of tie it tighter or looser depending on what you need, so it is slightly adjustable in its fit, but I find that it fits me really well. And same with the rest of the dress. It's obviously got these short sleeves, and then it comes in quite nicely at the waist and sort of just skims over hips and goes down to sort of mid calf level. I really like it. It's very easy. It's a very easy chuck on dress. It's something that you don't have to put too much thought into, and it does feel very comfortable to wear. I got this one in a size 10, so that's my standard size. I remember ordering the Victoria dress, which is quite similar, last year, and I got that in a 12, and I always found it was a little bit loose, so that's why I decided to go for the 10 this time, and I would say that was the right decision. I would say it fits very perfectly. This one is made of 100% viscose. I will leave the price on screen because I'm not going to remember all of the prices of these things off the top of my head, but I think it's around the £160 mark, so it is relatively expensive. It does say that the viscose is 100% from sustainable sources. I wish they would be a little bit more specific. There is some information actually on the website, so I'll leave all the links and you can have a read through yourself. I do like the feel of the viscose, and I love that it is very easy to care for. It doesn't wrinkle too much. It is a bit easier to wash than silk. I do think the price is steep for 100% viscose, but I think sometimes you are paying for the cut and the design, and it does feel very nice to wear. Overall, I would recommend this one if you've been thinking about it and you're just unsure maybe about sizing or whether the quality is there. I really like the quality on this one. If you've tried the Victoria dress, like I said, it is very, very similar. I think the Victoria dress just has a slightly different neckline. It doesn't have this little tie up here, but otherwise it's very similar through the body. So that might give you an idea of what it actually fits like. But yeah, I really like it. It's very floaty. I don't know how much the colour suits me, but that's obviously subjective anyway. Yeah, so a nice one to start off with. Okay, I've decided I'm gonna change as I go because it makes my life a little bit easier, and also it means I can show you what I'm talking about on my body straight away as opposed to just holding it up. So the next dress, I have one more dress after this. This is the Gianna Dress, and this is another 100% viscose dress, but this is a strappy wrap dress, so slightly different to the last one, and it is in this lovely white and blue floral print. I really liked this print when it came out a few weeks ago. They have this in so many different things. They have a shorter dress, which I will show you in a second, and then they also have things like shorts, shirts, all sorts of stuff, and it is a really lovely, pretty summery print, and it is slightly different. I think white and blue I don't see too much, so it is a little bit more unique. I love this one. I think this is one of my favourites actually. It's really comfortable to wear. The sizing is perfect. Got this one in a 38 as well, which is a UK 10, and it fits really well. And you can, because it's a wrap style, you can adjust it quite a lot. It has a little tie on the inside to keep it secure, and then it has this larger tie on the outside, so you can tie it as tight or as loose as you want. If I show you, you can just sort of cinch it in depending on where your waist hits. Tie it up, and it sits really lovely. It comes down a similar length. It's sort of mid-calf, maybe slightly shorter than the previous dress, but basically the same thing, but obviously the neckline and the straps are quite different. So this is what it looks like on. And I will show you some more clips as well of the full length. Really like it. It is a similar price to the previous one. Again, I'll put it on screen. I would say it is true to size. I would say that the material feels as equal quality as the previous dress. I think all of their viscose dresses are very similar quality wise. It depends if you're willing to pay that slightly premium price for viscose. It's totally subjective depending on how much you like the style and the design and whether that is worth it to you. I will say the previous one was lined. I forgot to mention that. This one I don't think is lined. Oh, yes, it is. It is. It does have a separate lining, so I think that's really great to see as well, and I would expect it for the price. Okay, and the final dress I have to show you is the same print. So I think it's actually called the Blue Rose print, and it is a mini dress. It's like a shirt style at the top with long sleeves, and then it's quite a loose, flowy mini dress. It is aligned, if you can see that there. There is a separate viscose lining, and the shell is also 100% viscose. So it's a mini take on the previous dress, and obviously suitable for slightly cooler weather. Although it's shorter, it has the long sleeves, so perfect for like a cooler spring or summer day. It is nice to have various different options. Obviously the previous dress, it would have to be fairly warm to wear that, you'd have to be on holiday, whereas this is slightly more casual in its design as well, and warmer. I like this one. I don't know if it's my favourite. It is quite loose, as I said. It's definitely designed to be a little bit of a flowy, oversized fit, which there's nothing wrong with that. It depends what your preference is. The length is really good, so I'll show you the full length now. So this is where it hits on me, so you can see that you have plenty of length. I think it's actually slightly longer in the back, but you have plenty of length on this. It's definitely not a short mini dress. If anything, it's maybe a touch too long. It's just sort of skimming my knees, but again, that's nice if you're taller or if you're wearing a bit of a heel, or if you just prefer a little bit more coverage, which is definitely for a more casual day, I definitely do. So it is a nice option. I don't think I would keep it personally, just because I don't really have a need for this dress in my collection, but if you're looking for something like this, again, I can vouch for the quality. I can vouch for the lovely pattern and design of it as well. Okay, next up I have two pieces to show you. We're moving on to some tops and bottoms. Particularly, I have a lot more tops in this particular video. So the first one is this very light piece of knitwear. This is the Gretha Jumper. This has been on my wish list for ages, right since when it came out, and I will show you what it looks like. So it's this lovely, very deep V. It's a white, and this is a true white, which is quite rare for Sézane. They usually do a lot of creamy ecrues, but this is definitely more of a true white, which I actually really like. And yeah, it's a very deep V. It's quite goes quite wide on the shoulders. It has this very slight sort of, I don't know what you would call it, but almost like embroidered pattern on it. But the real selling point for this piece of knitwear is the back. So that is what the back looks like. I hope you agree. It is so pretty and really unique. Again, this is just Sézane's bread and butter, unique, beautiful, feminine knitwear. And this is a perfect summer take on that, because it is very lightweight. I guess it is long sleeved, but for like a summer evening or a spring day where it's not too warm, this is going to be perfect, whether it's with short, a skirt like I've got it on now, or even some jeans. I just think it's really unique, and I love a special back detail. That's one of my weaknesses when it comes to buying pretty clothes, is anything intricate on the back is right up my street. So this one I got in a size medium. I would say maybe I could have done a small, but the medium is the fit I want. A little bit loose, a little bit baggy in the body, so when I tuck it in, you've got just a slight kind of overfall around your waist. I really like that fit. It isn't falling off my shoulders, so I don't worry that this is actually too wide for me. I think it's just right. So I would say stick to your usual size, but if you do want a tighter fit, you could potentially go down a size. This one is 100% organic cotton, perfect for spring summer knitwear in my book. So yeah, I really think it's a standout piece, and it is expensive for what it is. It's very light, there's not too much to it, but those design details that Sézane do just really get me, and I'm sure you can relate to that. Okay, and I have it on with the Tabata skirt. This one is a little bit of a special piece because it's 100% silk, which is kind of rare to see in Sézane these days, but they did bring out a few bits in this print and this colour that were all 100% silk, and I was really pleased to see that. Weirdly, they were pretty much the same price as the viscose skirts and dresses, which I think is weird, but anyway, I wanted to try this one just because I've never tried the Tabata skirt before. I love the design and the colour, wanted to see how it fits. I got it in a 12, which would be typically my size in a skirt, and I would say it is pretty true to size. It is ever so slightly loose, like I've got a little bit of breathing room, but bear in mind I do wear my skirts fairly high-waisted, so if you wear your skirts a little bit lower, it probably actually runs a little bit small. I'm wearing it kind of at my belly button, so fairly high. But yeah, this is the right size for me, so roughly true to size. If you're unsure or you want to wear it a bit lower, then maybe go up one size. It's a midi skirt with a little split in leg on the left-hand side, and there's not much more else to say about it really. It is a lovely skirt, it's very flowy, it's very easy to wear. I think it would pair nicely with a lot of different white tops or ecru creamy tops or other colours as well. So it is a nice breezy option. I'm not going to be keeping it just because I'm not a massive midi skirt wearer, if I'm honest, but if you are, I think this is a good one. Okay, I've changed into some jeans now to show you the next few tops because this is probably how I would wear them. The first one is the Anneal knit or the Anneal jumper. It's one of these stretchy lensing polyester blend jumpers that they do in quite a few different shapes and designs. Sorry, this is not the Anneal, this is the Chloe. The Anneal is slightly different. This is the one that is the V-neck with the lovely scalloped edging. I've wanted to try this piece of knitwear for so long, over a year now. It went out of stock last year, but they've brought it back for this spring summer in the ecru and in a couple of different colours as well. I do have another colour to show you in a second. But this is the ecru creamy one. It is definitely a cream. It is quite yellow toned, almost a little bit too yellow toned for me. I do prefer the colour of the previous jumper being a more true white, but it depends what you're into. This is very nice if you like your slightly warmer tones. I got this one. I was a little bit unsure on the sizing because it's that tight to the body sort of stretchy material, so I didn't really know what to go for. I ended up going for a large, which is roughly a UK 12, and I would say it is the right size for me. I perhaps could have got away with a medium as well. I doubt there's too much difference in the sizing. So I would say this is true to size depending on how you want it to fit. If you want it to be skin tight, probably go the smaller side of your true size. If you want a little bit of breathing room, like this is not skin tight. I don't know if you can tell, but it isn't like sucking to my body, it's a little bit looser. So, and this is obviously the 12 on me, so that just gives you an example of how it fits. I wouldn't worry about it being really small though, because I was worried. It was one of the reasons I didn't order it initially, and I haven't ordered things like the Anneal. I was worried it was going to be really, really tight and uncomfortable. It is not. It's actually a much thinner material than I was expecting. It is very, very super stretchy, like super, super stretchy, and quite thin. These retail for I think about £90, so quite expensive, but a typical Sezane price, and I do really like it. I think again it's quite unique. I haven't seen anything like this at other shops, even shops like Reformation that do these really special necklines and silhouettes. This is definitely very Sezane. So if that appeals to you, I would say it is a lovely top, and I would say not to worry too much about the fit. I think regardless of what size you get, you're going to fit into it because of how stretchy it is. So yeah, this is what it looks like on me, and I would just wear it with some blue jeans probably, or maybe some shorts if it was hotter. So it's kind of a basic piece. There's nothing crazy about it, but it's one of those elevated basics that I talk about a lot. It's a basic, stretchy, kind of tighter to the body top that you could wear with a lot of different bottoms, but it's slightly more special with the scalloped edging and the low neckline. Really screams Sezane in that way. And very quickly, I did also order it in the navy just because I wanted to see if I preferred the darker colour on me, which I'm not sure which one I prefer actually. I think maybe slightly this one. You can see the scalloping a little bit better because I have a lighter skin tone and this is a darker top. But yeah, I mean, it's the same size, it's the same top, it's just in a different colour just to show you another option. I've also left it untucked this time so you can see what it looks like at the bottom. There is also a scalloped trim all across the bottom, the sleeves and the neckline, which is a nice attention to detail with it not just being on the neck. And this is the length of it as well. So you can tuck it in or you can wear it out depending on your preference. Okay, next up is this lovely blouse. This is a very kind of prairie-esque blouse in this lovely blush pink colour. Can't remember the name of this one off the top of my head, so I will leave it on screen. But it is 100% organic cotton. Again, love the material. It feels very light and breathable to wear. I'll also put the price on screen as well. I think it comes in a couple of different versions. I know there's I think it's like a broderie anglaise version, which is lovely as well. But I went for this just because it's a little bit different to all of the white and creams that I've been showing so far. It is pretty basic, it's very easy to wear. It has some lovely details though. It's got this frill, almost resembles the Chloe shirt, if you know that from Sezane, but slightly less intense and obviously a short sleeved version. It's just a little bit of a nice detail, and it has some embroidered pink and white flowers on it as well. You can tuck it in or you can wear it out depending on your preference. I've tucked it in to my jeans. It's a very straightforward blouse. There's not much to say about it. If you like the design, if you like the colour, it's a great one. I think the quality is good. There's nothing to complain about. I will mention I've also changed my watch strap for the remainder of this video. I thought the leather strap went really well with this top in particular because it does have that more sort of prairie vibe. So you'll be seeing the brown leather strap on my watch for the rest of the video. It was incredibly easy to change over the strap. I was worried I wasn't going to be able to do it, but I did it in about 2 minutes. So you can switch back and forth so easily, which is great. This one I got in my usual size 10. I would say it is very Sezane, true to size. It's probably a little, is it big? I don't know. It's quite tight on the hips, so I think if I went down, it would be a little bit tight maybe here, but because I always kind of billow it up and tuck it in anyway, that probably wouldn't be an issue. But if you were going to wear it out, I would say stick to your true size. Yeah, nothing much to say. It's not overly exciting, but it's a good staple basic, and I love that it's the organic cotton. Next up, we have another one that looks so good with the leather watch strap. It has, again, those kind of prairie vibes. This is the Ponnie Shirt. This has been a staple on their website for over a year now, and I have been meaning to try it for that whole time, but finally just getting around to it. So it's a long sleeved, embroidered, creamy, ecru coloured shirt, and it has just some really nice details. If you can see the embroidery down the middle, it also has more on the arms. The sleeves have this gorgeous little scallop detail around the cuffs, and the collar looks a little bit like that. It's just those little details that make it stand out so much. And if you have a slightly more feminine style and you don't find yourself wearing like a plain white cotton shirt or even a plain white linen shirt, this is a good alternative for you. So this is the length of it untucked. As you can see, this is a size 10 on me. I would say it is maybe a little bit bigger than true to size, ever so slightly. So you maybe could size down, although I will say the cuffs fit me pretty well in a 10. I probably wouldn't want to size down for that reason. And the back is plain, I believe. Actually, can't remember now. I think it's plain. You can see anyway. And yeah, you could tuck it in, you could French tuck it, which I think would look nice. I probably would do that and just leave it quite casual, half tucked. You could fully tuck it for a little bit more of a cleaner look. Another Sezane belt, like the Gaia belt or one of their famous belts, would look great with this, with blue jeans. Yeah, it's a little bit more of a cooler weather item. It is long sleeved, it is fairly thick cotton, so you're not going to be wearing this in the height of summer, but if you're looking for something that's a little bit more cooler and can be quite good for the transitional seasons, this would be great in spring. It would also be great in autumn. I think it would look amazing with rust tones in autumn if you had some like rust coloured, I'll show you what I mean. So this is a spoiler for another item coming up, but if you had like a skirt in this colour, can you imagine? Or like even some trousers, I think that would look so cool for autumn. But yeah, equally it looks really good with jeans as well. I do like it. I'm not blown away by it, I have to say. I don't think I would spend £100 on it personally, but mainly because it's not 100% my style. It's a little bit too extra for me. I like things that are maybe a little bit more simple, but if you are a little bit extra, which I totally don't blame you, or if you like these really feminine girly pieces, then it is a nice option. So that is the Ponnie Shirt. Okay, I'm gonna be quick with this one because I absolutely hate it and I want to get it off. I feel like it is so unflattering and weirdly big. So this is the Jill top, and it is this rope tie top. So one of the sides is a rope, and then one of the sides you actually tie yourself, which is quite a nice detail, but also kind of annoying because what if this comes undone? Your top's just gonna completely fall off. I don't know how I feel about it, but it's just weirdly shaped. Like, why is it so big here? This is a medium, I think, so my typical size, and it's huge. It's huge. There is also a lot of material at the bottom as well, so it's just so unflattering on me. Even if I tuck it in, it's horrible. I really don't like it. I think it's just so weirdly shaped, and I don't know who this is really going to look good on. I hate it. I'm going to take it off. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. If you like it, it'll be linked down below. I don't think the quality is necessarily bad, although I'm questioning the rope detail being tie yourself. I kind of wish it was just tied maybe and like glued there or whatever, but it isn't. You can fully undo it. I've just tied this really quickly. I don't know, it's a unique detail. It's quite nice. The colour would look lovely on someone with a deeper skin tone. It doesn't look great on me, but yeah, it's just a weird shape. I would say size down for sure, and even so I just feel like it's way too gappy here, so not for me, not recommend. Okay, next up we have another top with some scalloped details. Love those. This is the Luna top. So this is a sleeveless kind of vest style top with the scalloped edging in the navy blue. So it's kind of a different take on the Neil or the Chloe, just without the sleeves. So something a little bit better for even warmer weather. And it is the same on the back, as you can see. This is really nice. I got this in a medium and it does actually feel quite generous. I would probably be able to go down to a small because you can see like it's not too loose, but the material is kind of bunching up a little bit, and I don't know how I feel about like that. I would rather it was smoother to the body, so I would probably size down in this to a small. So I would say maybe take the size below if you're in between sizes or you want it tighter to the body. But other than that, I do really like it. It's the same composition, I think, as leave the composition on screen. I'm not 100% sure of the composition of this one, but it is that stretchy material that kind of does cling to the figure. It is thicker than the Chloe. It is, yeah, just slightly thicker, but equally as stretchy. And yeah, it's a nice alternative if you just prefer this shape. I do actually really like this. I think I might prefer this to the Chloe. If I went down a size and it fitted better, I think I might be tempted to keep it. It's a good basic to have, and it is really nice for summer, obviously, when maybe you don't want any sleeves. And it's just so simple. You could wear this with so many different things. So yeah, that's the Luna top. Details will be on screen if I haven't mentioned. I think it is under £100, and it does fit really well. It just could be slightly tighter. I don't know. It is quite nice and it's very comfortable being this loose, but probably a little bit more flattering if you go down a size. Okay, for this last segment, I have changed back into the Gretha knitwear because I really love this. One of my favourites. It's so simple but so understated and just special. So I'm going to be showing you now one bag that I bought because I just couldn't resist and it is absolutely beautiful. And then 2 pairs of shoes because I have not tried Sezane shoes before and I was really interested to know what the quality was like, fit, that kind of thing, whether they're worth the price tag because they are almost like £200, a lot of the pairs of shoes, so they're definitely on the more expensive side. And I wanted to know if they're worth that, if the quality kind of stands up to that. And a couple of people asked me to review them as well. So I'll start with the bag. So I went with the mini Farrow in the lovely embroidered pattern because I just couldn't resist this. It is so pretty, look at that. So it is embroidered on the front and then plain on the back. Would have loved to see it carried round to the back, but you know, you can't have it all. And then it's got like the leather base and the strap. So it's a bucket bag. It is the classic Farrow design, but in the mini size. I would say this is quite like a normal bucket bag size. I'm not sure I would want it any bigger than this. I don't know. But they do the bigger one and they also do the maxi and then they also do the nano, which is even smaller than this and really cute, but probably not very practical. But so I think the mini is the one I would go for personally. And yeah, they do have a few different designs. They have like striped ones, more geometrical patterns, plain ones, and then this really pretty embroidered one. This one might be out of stock now. I think it did go out of stock and I'm not sure if they've restocked it yet, but I'm hoping that they will because it is so popular. And that is what it looks like. And then yeah, it's a bucket bag, so you can wear it, let me show you, you can wear it just kind of like that, which I think it looks great with this outfit. You can also obviously wear it more crossbody, like that, and it's just so summery, so nice. It doesn't have like a popper or a metallic magnetic popper, which is a shame, so it is just closed by this bucket bag kind of drawstring, so that is something to bear in mind. It's not maybe the most secure, but you're going to struggle. I think people are going to struggle to steal things from it because it is quite, you know, as long as you tie it up tight. So you just do this with the drawstring, you kind of squeeze it in and then tie it in a bow like that. So it's a little bit fiddly to get in and out of because, you know, if you want to get something out, you're then going to have to undo this probably, unless you can reach your hand in there and like pull it out. That's the only thing I would say, like it's quite difficult to open, so maybe a little bit annoying for everyday use, but what it lacks in practicality, it definitely makes up with in aesthetics, I think. Okay, 2 pairs of shoes to show you now. These have been on my wish list for a while. I think I talked about these in my spring chat with me about the Sezane collection. I had these on my wish list. These are the low Rosa Sandals, which first off, I love the concept of. I love a beautiful sandal that has a very small heel, super wearable for every day. You could walk quite far in these, but it gives you that little bit of elevation and height, and they just look so feminine and so pretty. They come in a few different colours, quite a few actually, and these are actually called the macrame ones, which I think is really cute. So they're the black and white, and they're kind of hard to explain, I guess a macrame design. They look lovely off, really, really well made actually. I think they are, the quality is high. They've got a rubber sole. You can see like where that's been stitched on. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but it does feel really luxe, and there is a padded cushioned sole as well. So I feel like hopefully they're going to be quite comfortable. The second pair of shoes I bought are these little ballerina flats. I can't remember the name of these actually. I'll leave it on screen. I will say I got both of these in a 5, which is my true size, a UK 5, and they're both running very true to size, so that's good to know. But yeah, these are a gorgeous pair of purple, lilac-y, I guess it's a bit darker than lilac, but a beautiful purple pair of ballerina flats. These have just a very small heel, wooden heel on them, lovely quality on that heel, and the leather, the woven leather of the flats themselves is super soft. I feel like these are going to be comfortable from the get-go. It's not hard and rigid at all, apart from maybe at the back. Maybe you'd get a little bit of rubbing at the back. But this leather here at the front, so soft, so nice. It feels really high quality. I'm actually really impressed with these shoes. These fit perfectly as well. I love the look of them. I want to keep them both. I'm not going to, but I would definitely vouch for Sezane shoes. I think I've kind of given them a bad time in my old Sezane videos because the price point is quite high. It's similar to Bobby's and, you know, dedicated shoe brands that their bread and butter is shoes. So I was always dubious about whether Sezane would actually be worth the hype, but I'm really impressed with these. I'm giving these a big thumbs up. The leather is, yeah, it's so soft. It's much softer than I was anticipating it being. And that is it. I feel like I have been here for absolutely ages. If you are still watching, I'm very impressed. Comment down below if you did make it to the end and let me know which your favourite piece from today's video was. Overall, I am pretty impressed. There've been a couple of misses, mainly that Jill top. Would not recommend. I think that is awfully designed. Everything else I really do like, which is not always great to see because I don't want to promote overconsumption and I'm not suggesting you buy all of these things, but if you have one or two gaps in your wardrobe and these might fill them, then hopefully this has helped give you some perspective of what these items feel like in real life and not just on the beautifully curated but sometimes unrealistic Sezane website. As I mentioned at the beginning, do like this video and subscribe if you want to see part 2 to this video. It's not going to be quite as big. I've only ordered a few things, but they are some really exciting special pieces. So do stay tuned for that. And again, if you want to check out Nordgreen and potentially add a timepiece to your collection, I can 100% vouch for them. The quality of these are beautiful. I love the look of them, both the metal and the leather straps. Love that they're customizable and I love the ethics and practices behind the name. If you want to use my discount code, you can find it and a link to Nordgreen down in the description box. It will be on screen here for you as well, so do check it out if you're interested. And otherwise, I will see you all in my next video.